So moving on to our math, here is a problem of the day. Now, I know you're probably really excited because we're not just doing pages today, we're going to do a problem of the day. But it has to do with things you've been studying, of course. The problem of the day today is, here are two 10 frames. How many dots? That's the first question. You put the answer on this line here. How many dots? So you have this 10 frame full and you have some more. You're going to write the number here. And then the next question is, how many more dots do you need to show 20? Now, how will I know when I have 20? Well, this 2 is going to give me a big clue because it is in the tens place. I will have 2 full 10 frames when I have 20. Now, how many more dots do I need to make 20? Well, let's just draw some dots. I'm going to use a color that's different from these dots. So we already have black. We said how many. Now we're going to draw more dots until we get to 20. Okay? Now, here is 20. And I know it's 20 because it has 2 10 frames and 0 more. 2 10 frames are full and 0 more. How many dots did I draw? I didn't draw 20 dots because there were already some. I only drew the red dots. So that is how many more I need. Let's count how many I drew. 1, 2, 3. How many more dots do you need to show 20? I needed 3 more dots. I needed 3 more dots. I should have written that in red so it would match the color of the dots, but that's okay. I'll just color it over. I needed 3 more dots. So at this line, you're putting how many black dots there are already. And for this question, you're putting how many you need to make 20. So then the next part says, use the 10 frames to show 20. Well, we did it up here, but now we're going to do it on our own. This is an on our own part where you're going to draw X's or circles in the 10 frames to show 20. Okay? And what does the number 20 look like? I know some of you could be raising your hand and telling me what the number 20 looks like. And you would probably be saying a 2 and a 0. 2 full 10 frames and 0 more, 20. Okay, so that is problem of the day. We have one more math page today, and that is, we usually do both of these pages and put it in our math journal, but we didn't take our math journals home. So we are just going to do them on our own. And if you wanted to make a math journal, you could staple these pages together, or you could put them in a binder. You could gather them all together and punch holes in them and then lace some string through. Or you could do a lot of different things, but you don't have to. You can just leave them with your packet. All right, so this is our 16 page. A 1 and a 6 is 16. Remember how we do all the parts. Rainbow right, and I'm going to do a demonstration because we just forget this all the time. So I'm going to do a demonstration. You need to pick 3 favorite colors. I picked light blue, red, and green. And you need to write the complete number with a line 3 times. So I'm going to pick my first favorite color. I'm going to start on the dot. I'm going to draw 1 line down, and I'm going to do the 6 because it's part of the same number, 16. And that's what I'm writing. Put my favorite color away. Now I'm going to take red. I do the same thing. I start on the dot and I write 16. Okay, we're not doing 3 stripes for 1 and then 3 stripes for 6. We do 16. And with my final color, I'm going to do it again. And how do I write 16? 16 is a 1 and a 6. You can really do that as many times as you like, but 3 at least. So for this part, you're finding number 16 and circling it. Okay. For the 10 frames, you are putting X's in the 10 frames. And remember, neat X's, not all over the place. Stay inside the box, corner to corner, or inside the box, but not so small that I can't see it. All right, so yes, yes, no, and no. All right, not outside the box, not tiny, inside the box or corner to corner. Those are good. So you're going to make 16 in the 10 frames, and then you're going to color 16 hearts. I wonder how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 20 hearts, and you are not coloring all of them. You are only coloring 16. So be careful. Color or count first and put a little dot on the ones that you're going to color, and then stop on number 16. Or put X's on the ones that you don't want to color. Somehow give yourself a signal, I'm only coloring 16. Now, this part we usually do stickers, and Mrs. Rubel usually gives you out a big bowl of stickers to do. But what if you don't have stickers at home right now? Okay, so I would usually use some small stickers because 16 is a big number. But what if you just don't have 16 or even any stickers right now? Well, I have some other ideas for you. Okay, so first of all, if you have a stamper, and I have a stamper here, that's an airplane, I could stamp 16. Now I still need to leave space so that I could count those. I've got some airplanes there, and I would keep stamping until I did 16. And if I had to go a little outside the box to get them all on the paper, that's okay. So that's one idea. If your mom or dad or sister does crafts, maybe they have some little beads. I have some little beads that are in the shape of buttons, and I could glue some small beads onto my paper. Now, if you're going to use beads like this, then white glue is best. So put down a dot of glue and then put it there, and then don't touch it because it needs to dry in order to stay stuck. Put down a dot of glue, stick your item on top of it, and do like that until you have 16. And you could use any kind of beads for necklaces. These are a little bigger so you could see them. I have another kind of bead that a lot of people have, and that is called perler beads. And these are really hard to keep stuck on, but if that's what you've got, you've got. Glue those on with white glue also. Maybe you have a pipe cleaner. These have wires in them and like little fuzzies on them. Maybe you can cut 16 pieces of that, and you will want to get a grown-up to cut that because they have wire in them. But after you do that, it's the same thing. You're going to want to put down a dot of glue and just put it there and then leave it there to dry. Let the glue do its work. I haven't tried these are fuzzy, and maybe they would stick with glue sticks. I did not try that. I'm going to put down some glue stick, and if I just leave it there, will it stick? I don't know. We'll wait and see if it dries. Now, talking about glue sticks, if you don't have any of those things, maybe you have a magazine or a newspaper or something. I found a magazine that had like fruit in it, and I could cut out little pieces of fruit. So I could cut out some, but this would be good cutting practice too. I'm going to cut that smaller so it's easier to cut around in a circle. Okay, and I'm going to cut until I have 16 pieces of fruit. So I would cut out the bananas, maybe I cut out some raisins. And these I'm going to glue on with my glue stick. I'll glue on some raisins. Maybe I can cut out some blueberries here. you know, one of the teacher tricks that I taught you is to cut that smaller piece out. Don't try to cut around all that big mass of paper. So I'm going to cut out the individual blueberries that I want. There's a blueberry. This is kind of fun. So if you have magazines, or even if you don't, but maybe your aunt gets a magazine and she could save it for you, you could wait for it to be okay to use. So then you're going to just use your glue stick, and for these, put just a tiny bit, because these are tiny pieces of paper and they are really thin, so they're not going to need much glue. So glue down 16 pieces of fruit. I wonder how many things I have so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, perfect. So I have one more idea for you. And this is either glue stick or white glue. I like white glue for this. So you make a dot, tiny dots of glue. I made them a little bit big, wherever you have space. Okay, so you just make the glue there. And then maybe, if you're a lucky person and you're someone in your family does crafts, maybe you have some glitter. Okay, and you can just make 16 glitter dots. So use your imagination. Mrs. Rubel tries to find a lot of different ways to do your job if you can't do it the way we did it in class. So you'll do 16 dots and sprinkle your glitter on top. And then a good way to save your glitter so that you don't use it all up or throw it in the trash. Show you a little trick here. I have a little container, and I'm going to pick this up, and everything I didn't glue down is going to fall off. So some of it I didn't glue. But I do have some little glitter dots. And that counts. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I would need 14, 15, and 16. I would need to glue these things down. But you can use your imagination and do whatever you like. Okay, cut things out. I have little dots, decorations on my donut I could have cut out. Anything you want to do is fine. If you have stickers, use them, but if you don't, you can use any of these ideas. All right, so have fun with that, and I will see you next time.